What if the smartest move Bo Bichette could make in 2026 is actually walking away from the long-term deal everyone expects him to sign? ESPN insider Jeff Passan just revealed why the Blue Jays' former franchise shortstop remains unsigned as we enter the new year, and it's not what you think. This isn't a story about a player struggling to find his market. It's about a strategic chess match that could define championship windows across baseball. Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome to Jays Quick News, your go-to spot for the latest Toronto Blue Jays updates. Could the same player who delivered a clutch Game 7 World Series home run actually be considering a calculated one-year bet on himself instead of cashing in immediately? And before we dive in, if you want 2026 to be a championship year for you and the Blue Jays, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's make this the year we bring it all home together. As December turns to January, the MLB offseason has entered unprecedented territory. The flurry of activity surrounding the winter meetings feels like ancient history. Major moves have stalled, and the biggest free agents remain unsigned as teams and players engage in high-stakes negotiations. Bo Bichette sits at the center of this standoff alongside Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman, three elite talents waiting for the market to align with their championship aspirations. Jeff Passan delivered crucial intel that explains everything. These players believe they're worth significantly more than current team offers. Same as what's going on with Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman and Cody Bellinger. What they believe they're worth has not been matched by teams, Passan revealed. But here's the fascinating twist. This isn't desperation, it's strategy at the highest level. Bichette just completed a phenomenal 2025 season. 311, 357, 483 slash line, 18 home runs, 94 RBIs, and 840 OPS across 139 games. He led the American League in hits for the second time and powered through a knee injury to deliver Game 7 heroics when the Blue Jays needed him most. This isn't a player struggling to prove his worth. This is an elite talent controlling his own narrative. The key insight everyone's missing: the free agency freeze benefits players with championship mindsets. Teams want long-term commitments at discounted rates. Elite players want fair value for their prime years. The standoff continues because both sides recognize what's at stake. This isn't 2024's buyer's market. This is 2026's championship architecture being constructed in real time. Enter the Pete Alonso blueprint, and here's where things get brilliant. Last February, Alonso faced a similar crossroads. Teams wouldn't meet his asking price after a down 2024. So he signed a strategic two-year, $54 million deal with the Mets. One season of dominance later, a 272, 347, 524 line, 38 homers, 126 RBIs. He cashed in with a 5-year, $155 million contract from the Orioles in December. The prove-it deal worked spectacularly. Passan specifically identified Bichette as the prime candidate to replicate this success. If that sort of a deal would work for anyone, it might be Bichette, who could have a big year, show he's healthy and hit the market again at 28 years old, Passan wrote. Think about the mathematics. Bichette plays 2026 at 27, posts another elite season, then hits free agency at 28 with zero injury concerns and fresh proof of excellence. The upside potential outweighs the risks dramatically. Bichette brings elite contact skills, a two-time All-Star and two-time AL hits leader. He plays premium positions, making him valuable across multiple roster constructions. His World Series performance proved he elevates in October. These aren't attributes that vanish overnight. One strong season at age 27 could position him for a massive payday that dwarfs anything available today. For the Blue Jays, this creates championship possibilities nobody's discussing. If Bichette signs a short-term, high AAV deal, Toronto brings back their emotional leader without blocking financial flexibility. They've committed to Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s 14-year, $500 million extension and Dylan Cease's 7-year, $210 million deal. Adding Bichette on a 1- or 2-year contract keeps the door open for Kyle Tucker while maintaining championship roster depth. Here's the positive perspective. We're watching intelligent players make calculated decisions about their championship windows. Teams complain about long-term risk, while players maximize short-term value and preserve future options. This isn't a broken system, it's evolution. The best players bet on themselves because they know their worth. The best organizations build flexibility into championship rosters. Multiple teams recognize Bichette's value. The Red Sox view him as their ideal alternative if Alex Bregman signs elsewhere. The Giants need middle infield production. The Yankees could upgrade multiple positions. The Dodgers never stop improving. The Mariners lost Jorge Polanco. Demand exists everywhere. Contract structure remains the only question. This strategy benefits baseball's competitive balance. Short-term deals keep stars available regularly, preventing decade-long roster stagnation. Young players learn from veterans without organizations drowning in unmovable contracts. Championship windows stay open across multiple seasons. Everyone wins when flexibility meets talent. As we enter 2026, the bigger story emerges. Baseball's elite players control their destinies more than ever. Pete Alonso proved the model works. Now Bichette, Tucker, and Bregman decide whether following that blueprint makes strategic sense. One will likely blink first, accepting either a shorter-term deal or finding a team willing to commit long-term. Based on Passan's intel and Pete Alonso's success story, Bichette appears positioned to bet on himself. The Blue Jays face a championship decision. Bring back the homegrown star on favorable terms while maintaining flexibility, pursue the biggest free agent prize in Kyle Tucker, sign Alex Bregman for veteran leadership. All three remain possible if Bichette chooses the short-term route. Toronto's championship window stays wide open regardless of which elite bat joins Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in that loaded lineup. Before we close out 2025 and welcome 2026, I want to say Happy New Year to every member of Jays Nation. May this year bring championships, unforgettable moments, and the baseball success we've all been dreaming about. Will Bichette take the short-term deal and bet on himself? Will Tucker join the Blue Jays championship chase? Drop your predictions in the comments below. And remember, if you want 2026 to be a year of victories for you and the Blue Jays, subscribe to Jays Quick News right now. Let's build this championship together. Happy New Year, Jays Nation!